All right, this is the fifth group for this evening, and this is for the District Judge, 28th Judicial District. My name is Catherine Oler, and I'm with the League of Women Voters of Corpus Christi. Many of you may have received mail from me more than once, but we are delighted that you are here this evening. So we're going to get right down to this. And so the candidates for District Judge 28th Judicial District include Nanette Hassett, Democrat, and Greg Perks, Republican. So the way that we're doing this evening is that we have a series of questions. You'll each have an opening statement for which you'll have 2 minutes to address. Then we will have 3 questions that we will pose to you, and then there will be a 1-minute closing statement. So let's go ahead and start this, and let's begin with you, Ms. Hassett, and you have 2 minutes for your opening statement, please.
All right, thank you, the League of Women Voters, for doing this forum for the public to understand and meet our candidates. I am born and raised here in Corpus Christi. I am a wife and a mother of 3 children. I have a farmer son, a daughter who's in law school, and a daughter who is an artist. I have been presiding judge of the 28th District Court for 20 years, and I've had the honor to serve you in that capacity. I believe that my length of service on the bench has afforded me the experience, skill, and legal knowledge required to reach fair, balanced, and law-based decisions. My desire to serve our community and all its citizens has always been my motivating force in continuing public service. I have worked hard in the past 24 years to demonstrate the high ideals and values of our country's Constitution and afford them to every person who has walked into the 28th District Court. I have maintained a reputation of honesty, integrity, and decisions based on the law. For these reasons and more, I humbly ask for your vote and continued support. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hassett. Mr. Perks, your opening statement for 2 minutes, please.
Thank you to the League for putting this event on. Texas is about justice. Texas is about due process. Texas is about integrity. I am Justice Greg Perks, and I'm running for the 28th District Court of Nueces County, Texas. I have served for approximately 8 years as your justice on the 13th Court of Appeals. In fact, this past fiscal year, I was the most productive justice on the court, having written more opinions than any other justice. Time management is exceedingly important in the courts. I have practiced law as a trial and appellate attorney for approximately 25 years, and have been certified in civil appellate law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization for most of my career. In addition, I'm a trained mediator and mediated numerous cases. I enjoy being on the bench, interpreting the law, being with my colleagues, and look forward to being a trial court judge. I am a strong believer in integrity and community involvement. I have served on the board of directors for the Corpus Christi Bar Association, the Hidalgo County Bar Association, the Cameron County Bar Association. In this regard, I was a recipient of the Corpus Christi Bar Association's Honorable Paul Nye Professionalism Award, the Cameron County Bar Association's Outstanding Service Award, and the Rotary Club's Paul Harris Award, amongst many others. I am also a strong believer in strictly interpreting the law according to the Constitution and the law of the state. All too often, law becomes gray when trying to do otherwise. Not a good way to create precedent that will serve time. I believe some qualities of a great judge are judicial temperament, intelligence, ethics, courage and integrity, experience and education, but most importantly, the ability to listen. I am so grateful for the opportunity to serve the people of Texas, for the hard work of the attorneys who come before my court, and for the dedication and collegiality of my fellow justices and our staff. I also appreciate all the support I have received for this election and look forward to many years of service ahead. Thank you for this opportunity, and I would appreciate your vote in November.
Thank you, Mr. Perks, for your opening statement. Now we'll go to questions. Again, you will have 1 minute. You may go ahead and mute Mr. Perks. Ms. Hassett, go ahead and come join us again. This first question, how has the COVID-19 pandemic impacted the operations of district courts? And in your opinion, have there been some positive outcomes which may improve district court processes as we move forward?
Yes, the COVID pandemic has brought new and unexpected challenges to our justice system. I would like to emphasize that our Nueces County judges has faced these challenges head on. As your local administrative judge, together with the Board of Judges and countless hours, we have issued 11 standing orders within the last 6 months, as well as an operating plan for in-person and Zoom hearings. We are preparing also to set forth a operation plan for jury trials. We have done a lot of work in order to make sure that the administration of justice continues with the help of our T department, our county judge, and the Board of Judges. We are working hard to make sure that justice continues in Nueces County. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hassett. You may mute. Mr. Parks, let me read the question for you again, please. How has the COVID-19 pandemic impacted the operations of district courts? And in your opinion, have there been some positive outcomes which may improve district court processes as we move forward?
COVID has certainly impacted what can and cannot be done in the courtroom, but the expansive use of Zoom for hearings, bench trials, and minor jury trials have been successful in this state and other states. A new improvement for the courts that we hopefully will use in the future. For example, the 13th Court of Appeals is handling all of its oral arguments and hearings by Zoom at this time. In view of the Supreme Court's orders, we should strive to use all mechanisms in our reach in order to ensure this proceedings move forward expeditiously and with due process in mind. Thank you.
All right, stay where you are, Mr. Parks, and let me give you the second question. If elected, what will you do to ensure that all parties involved in cases before the court will have an opportunity to have their interests adequately represented and considered?
Well, for the most part, obviously attorneys are required to be or are part of the process. And it's very important to make sure an attorney is representing a client at every stage of the process. To this end, legal aid has been a substantial help over the past. And the big thing that needs to happen now is an expansion of the judicial system on the civil service side, the family court side, where attorneys are not necessarily given, and it's become very expensive. To that end, basically, we need to look and explore mechanisms that will allow for attorneys in the smaller civil and the family court cases so that they can have a fair trial and due process. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parks. You may mute now. Ms. Hassett, let me repeat the question for you. If elected, what will you do to ensure that all parties involved in cases before the court will have an opportunity to have their interests adequately represented and considered?
Well, the fact that I've been on the bench for over 20 years, if you ask any person who has been before the 28th District Court, knows that their cases are heard by the court, they're given the appropriate time to present their evidence, and they will continue to do that. I have made very hard decisions at times, but I can guarantee that every decision I have made and in the future will be based on law. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your response. Go ahead and stay where you are. We will let you have the final question. Please describe 2 ways your legal experience will benefit this judgeship.
Well, my reputation, my hard work and integrity, honesty and fairness has always been the foresight in the 28th District Court. You could ask any attorney who has been and practiced before me that I have always treated them fairly and adequately, and all my decisions have been based on what the evidence and what the law says. So I believe that I'm the best qualified candidate to continue to be and serve the 28th District Court.
Thank you. Mr. Parks, you may answer the last question, and I'll repeat it for you. Okay. All right. All right, there we are. Mr. Parks, would you please describe 2 ways your legal experience will benefit this judgeship?
Well, first of all, I've been an appellate court judge for 8 years. I've been an appellate court attorney for over 25 or approximately 25 years in addition to that. That quality basically allows me and has taught me and given me experience in interpreting law in a broad range of cases. Number two, I am a trained mediator. Something that is necessary in a courtroom is to be able to allow for the parties to get their word out. The mediator obviously has the ability to work on those words and be empathetic and hold the line when it needs to be held. In short, I believe a judge should show qualities of patience, open-mindedness, courtesy, tact, firmness, understanding, compassion, and humility. I believe I can do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perks, and you may stay right where you are. And let's conclude with a closing statement from you, Mr. Perks, for 1 minute.
Thank you for your time this evening and for listening to our various arguments and thoughts. I believe that I encompass both the ability to apply the law to the facts and to understand how a judicial decision will affect the human beings appearing before my court. I believe that I have the ability to know and apply legal rules, analysis, and procedures to different facts and circumstances, and ability to quickly perceive, comprehend, and understand new concepts and ideas. I believe I have the legal courage and willingness to do what the law requires the judge to do, even though the course the judge must follow may not be a popular one. I believe that I have the experience and education necessary to fulfill the task of this position, based upon my prior professional activities, legal education, teaching, bar activity, and publications. I humbly ask for your support and vote in November. Justice Greg Perks for the 28th District Court. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perks. Ms. Hassett, your closing statement, please.
Yes, thank you. First of all, as we celebrate the women's right to vote, 100 years of that anniversary, I want to thank the League of Women Voters in helping educate our community as to our candidates who are running for office. I base my candidacy based on the experience on the bench that I've had for over 24 years. The experience has given me the legal knowledge required to reach fair, balanced, and law-based decisions. I have worked hard in the last 24 years to demonstrate the high ideals and values of our country's Constitution and afford them to everyone who appears in the 28th District Court. For these reasons and more, I humbly ask for your vote and your continued support. I thank you for your time, and I pray that your family stay safe and healthy during this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hassett. Thank you both candidates for District Judge, 28th Judicial District, for participating in this forum. We appreciate you.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.